On my last post about wearing my sunflower lanyard for the first time, I had this really interesting comment that said, "You often don't know what your needs are until you start trying to accommodate them." And I thought that's such a good point, especially for someone who's maybe late diagnosed and who's been suppressing their needs and masking their whole life. So I'm actually putting something together at the moment called an access rider. I work in the creative industries and it kind of does what it says on the tin. It's a document that can be given to production companies or whoever I'm working with ahead of time so that they can help accommodate me and that I can then work healthily and sustainably and they get the best out of me. When I first got diagnosed, I worked on something called a reasonable adjustments letter, and I think that's kind of similar. It was very difficult at that stage to come up with anything, just this kind of open-ended question of what do you need? I didn't know at that point. Now I know more, and it helped even more so that the form I've got to fill out is broken down into different categories like location and travel. And there are some prompts as well of things that I hadn't even thought about, like, for example, is it helpful for you to know who's going to be on set and to maybe have their pictures ahead of time? 100%, that would be great if I can have that. Like, I never would have thought of that myself. But yes, the more I can build up of this picture that I'm going to be walking into ahead of time, the more my nervous system calms down and the more resources I'm going to have left for the work. So yeah, I just wondered if we can do something similar for our daily lives. Like, as you go through your day, can you work out what are your must-haves and what are your nice-to-haves? Like, I feel like we can all probably accommodate ourselves better than we're doing already. And just thinking of those little extra things that are kind of acts of kindness to ourselves, but also that we can share with others so that they can take practical steps, because I think that just helps everyone out. Yeah, let me know if you agree with that and if you think you might try that out.